Hello, everybody. Welcome to iExamB's Legal Bee. This is Amrita, your law faculty here at iExamB. Embrace the iExamB learning experience with us. If you're preparing for any competitive examinations after your LLB, then you are at the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to Legal Bee, which is the exclusive law channel of iExamB. Here we give you updates relating to all the upcoming examinations and opportunities, and also online courses are available at iExamB's website. इन courses के आप demo भी activate करके check कर सकते हैं. You can also reach out to us on the number on the screen 920-5524028 and also email us on hello@iexambi.com. Download iExamB's app for 50% faster job preparation. आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं अबाउट द इलेक्टोरल प्रोसेस. इलेक्शंस हैव ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड एंड one thing which comes to our mind when we think about electoral process in a democratic country like India is transparency. Whether there is transparency and whether there is any mechanism to check on it. So when we talk about this, we come to the judicial review or jurisdiction of courts. So whether the electoral process is completely out of the jurisdiction of the courts, ये चीज़ के बारे में हम लोग इस वीडियो में डिस्कस करेंगे विद द प्रोविजंस ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एज वेल कि कोर्ट्स की क्या लिमिटेशंस है और क्या पावर्स हैं विद रिस्पेक्ट टू इलेक्टोरल प्रोसेस. इलेक्शंस अगर ट्रांसपेरेंटली कंडक्ट नहीं किए जाते तो उसमें कोर्ट्स क्या रोल प्ले कर सकते हैं. If we look at Article 329 of the Indian Constitution, it puts a bar to interference by courts in electoral matters. Here, courts have been kept out of the election process, notwithstanding anything in the Constitution, validity of any law relating to delimitation of constituencies or allotment of seats to such constituencies made or purporting to be made under Article 327, 328 shall not be called in question in any court. पहले तो ये point clear हो जाता है that the courts are barred. Second point, no election to either House of Parliament or to the House or either House of Legislature of a state shall be called in question except by an election petition presented to such authority and in such manner as may be provided for by or under any law made by the appropriate legislature. यानी कि कोर्ट्स का इंटरफेरेंस यहाँ पे बार कर दिया गया है. सिर्फ एक एक्सेप्शन दिया हुआ है दैट election petition is presented to the authority and as per the manner as provided under any other law than constitution. If you have a special law on this by the legislature, only then you can do that. But prima facie we can make out from Article 329 that courts are barred from interference. इससे रिलेटेड एक 2023 में जजमेंट आया था सितंबर के मंथ में, जिसमें यूनियन टेरिटरी ऑफ लद्दाख वर्सेस जम्मू एंड कश्मीर नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस उसका केस टाइटल है. इन दिस केस द ऑनरेबल एपेक्स कोर्ट हैज रिमार्क्ड दैट the court should take note of the authorities using powers relating to elections arbitrarily, thinking that the courts would not interfere. यानी इसका क्या मतलब है कि courts arbitrariness पर एक्शन ले सकते हैं. rather it is their duty to do that, because courts, if they will not interfere, the authorities will take undue advantage of the situation and take arbitrary decisions in the election process. Election process cannot be compromised in a democracy like India. So for good governance and transparency, we need to have interference by the court whenever it is required. We cannot keep any room for arbitrariness. So this principle of non-interference is not absolute in nature, has been clarified by the court in this particular case. It recognized that there are circumstances where the executive actions attempt to disrupt a fair electoral playing field. In such a situation, the constitutional courts, High Court and Supreme Court, they are not only permitted but also duty bound to step in. यानी कि आप रिट petitions फाइल कर सकते हैं, ये बात यहाँ से क्लियर हो जाती है. एंड अगर हम इलेक्शन petitions की बात करें तो हाई कोर्ट में पहले इलेक्शन petition जाती है, रिट jurisdiction applicable होता है. Section 100 of the Representation of People Act 1951 talks about this specifically, that the High Court can have an opinion on the point. जैसे कि हमने 329 में देखा कि एक्सेप्ट एनी अदर लॉ प्रोवाइड्स फॉर इट. सो यहाँ पर रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ पीपल एक्ट इस चीज़ को प्रोवाइड करता है. सो कोर्ट्स आर नॉट completely barred from the electoral process. And what are the matters on which the High Court can opine? Date of election, a returned candidate was not qualified or was disqualified to be chosen to fill the seat. Corrupt practices are going on. Improper acceptance of any nomination has taken place. Any improper reception, refusal or rejection of a vote or the reception of any vote is void. Any non-compliance with the provisions of Constitution or Representation of People Act or any rules or orders made under this act. So इस तरीके की अगर कोई भी चीज़ हुई है and the High Court is of the opinion that such a thing has happened, then the court can take appropriate decision in that particular case. Currently, we also have an election petition filed against the Honorable Prime Minister of our country in the Delhi High Court. So these things do happen. Courts can take cognizance, though there is a limitation on it. Primarily, Article 329 bars this interference for fair, smooth, actually faster process of elections should take place. उसके वजह से ये provision है, but इसको completely bar नहीं किया गया है. We have an exception in that as well. In case of any queries, do reach out to us. Prepare 50% faster with us. Download iExamBees app as well from the Google Play Store. Thank you everybody. Have a great day.